planning to me sounds very technical, is that it's about planning of space and how you distribute activities in that space. It's about land use and how we balance the development needs with the need to protect the environment. Planning should lead to an even distribution of economic development in your counties. And it should make development, I think, more accessible to your constituent for vulnerable groups such as women, youth and children. So can I ask the governors here that as you think of your county spatial plans, can you think about how you can make your counties better living spaces for women, for youth, and for children? They need to be in spaces that are secure for them. We all know that when women and children have to walk long distances to access services like health and water and education, that can be a risky business, can't it? So I want to ask you to consider access when you think about your spatial planning. And I think this initiative is also a great opportunity to think about how to better distribute those services and development. Public participation, you'll all know, is really crucial to good governance. And if you want to get the best from public participation, then make it easy for people to be able to come along and participate in governance. And my request to you would be to ask them. They're a free resource after all.
The UN family in Kenya is committed to working together with the national government, the county governments, and the vibrant structures, including the Council of Governors and all the other stakeholders, to continue harnessing the very best that devolution can and is indeed already offering to the communities in the country. And already we can see some of the results that devolution is already delivering. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of devolution that UNDP and indeed all the UN agencies and all the development partners supporting us based in Kenya seek to continue assisting. But one may ask, what are some of these stories? I would like to let you know that just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I went to Turkana after a year. Arriving in Turkana, we saw an airport, we saw tarmac roads, we saw rooftops all over, we saw hotels, Lisa, which we didn't find the first time we went there. You know, we really see clearly that something is happening. We went to Kwale, things are moving. You know, you go from year to the other, to Marsabit, to Mandera, you know, things are moving. And there is a vision. Yesterday I was with the governor of Marsabit. It's incredible. We met with the Turkish ambassador, and just listening to him, his vision, his dream, is really incredible. Things are happening all over. Today I was just having a meeting by the side, actually a chat, with the governor of Kitwe. He was telling me a story about how he wants to harness the water and how harnessing water could really help us in meeting all the SDGs from 1 to 17. These are the stories. There is hope, there is vision, and there is leadership. Participants, ladies and gentlemen, all these achievements that I have outlined and that you have seen could be improved. And all the challenges that we have outlined could be met adequately with the use of spatial or spatial planning envisaged in the County Government Act of 2012 as the key driver for sustainable development processes of the counties. If we implement the spatial planning, I think we would achieve far better than what we have done. the important role that our bilateral development partners play in supporting the government of Kenya and all the other UN agencies in delivering impactful results to the people of Kenya. The UK's DFID have been on the forefront in this, and I wish to acknowledge them for this, but I would also like to acknowledge the personal support that Lisa has given to the UN in general and to UNDP, not only in this program, but also in other programs. And really, Lisa, thank you very much. You have been a great supporter of the UN and UNDP, and a believer in the UN, understanding the fact that UK is a member state of the UN, and they are also stakeholders in whatever we are doing. As we set out in the journey with the counties, I conclude by reaffirming that the United Nations system are ready and willing to continue supporting the counties achieve results for the well-being of all Kenyans. Governors, we in the United Nations, we are determined. We are no more 27 fragmented entities. We are just one United Nations coming to support you.
The Development Committee has initiated programs which will go a long way in guiding urban development in the counties. These include the multi-stakeholder, multi-agency urban sector reference group, which meets quarterly to advise the committee on pertinent urban issues. We have also established the Intergovernmental Committee of County Executive Committee members in charge of land, housing, physical planning, and urban development to harmonize county approaches to urban development. In cooperation with the government of Sweden, the committee has launched the Symbiosis City Kenya program, whose objective is to develop sustainable urban development approaches for counties. This program has already set up its technical team, other kinds of governance secretariat, and is working closely with the Urban Development Committee and the Council of Governors on a range of urban development matters. The Council of Governors, through the Urban Development Committee, has recently embarked on the journey towards Habitat 3 to be held in Quito, Ecuador in 2016. This has been through holding preparatory conferences for the governors and county executive committee members in charge of urban development to optimize on county experiences and develop a unified statement that would inform the Habitat 3 process. This statement will be launched on December 7, 2015. The dream of midwifing resilient, sustainable, and safe cities cannot be realized without effective county spatial planning. These, alongside county sectoral plans, integrated cities and urban areas plans, and the county integrated development plans, present the necessary ingredients for coordination of economic investments, conservation measures, new and upgraded areas of settlement, strategic infrastructure investments, and principles of land use regulation that will determine our urban future. Every spatial planning framework is an element of coordination, both sectoral and institutional. The Council of Governors is well placed to provide the institutional mechanism for harmonizing approaches towards sustainable urbanization in Kenya.
The Constitution and various acts of Parliament confer the national government the following mandates in regard to urban areas. 1, development and oversight in implementation of policies. And 2, development of regulations and the standards for national urban development. Capacity building for counties on urban issues. And lastly, allocation of grants and the facilitation of external borrowing to enable investment in the urban areas. The Urban Areas and Cities Act give the counties a direct role in management of urban areas. These include: 1, conferment of municipality and town status on urban areas within the county. 2, establishment of urban boards, appointment of urban managers, and establishment of citizens' fora, as provided for in Part 3 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act. Oversight for service delivery by boards, including establishment of joint ventures and public-private partnerships. Approval for the urban integrated development plans. And finally, allocation of funds to the urban areas. Therefore, the biggest responsibility in managing and developing urban areas falls squarely under the county governments. And therefore, this forum, cognizant of that particular aspect, has been convened to deliberate on planning of urban areas. Because we can do the planning and all that, but if we don't have the law that enables us even to enforce what we are doing, then it becomes very difficult. And I don't know why it has taken so long to do the amendments, yet the consultations between the two levels of government to enable the amendment take place happened. The transition authority facilitated that, and there were agreement. I don't think there were any serious disagreements on what that law should entail. One of the issues of common interest to all county governments is the preparation of the county spatial plans. The County Government Act 2012 obligates all county governments to prepare a 10-year GIS-based county spatial plans, which shall be a component of the county integrated development plan. Besides the legal requirement, county spatial plan is a very important instrument in providing the spatial development framework for all counties. However, limited human resource, technical and financial resources remains a barrier in realizing this objective. Ladies and gentlemen, it is against this background that the CUNG found it necessary to develop a framework which we could use to work together with our development partners to support the county governments to prepare the said county spatial plans. We are fully aware of the magnitude of the urban challenges and recognize the importance of strategic partnerships with competent agencies and authorities which are currently operating in the urban sphere. CUNG seeks to pursue complementarity with these initiatives and envisages deployment of mechanisms that will ensure maximum benefit accrue from an expanded cooperation framework. We therefore welcome you to join us in planning wisely to achieve our vision. We know that to succeed, devolution needs reliable partners. May I take this opportunity to declare this extremely important forum officially open and thank the chairman of this committee, Dr. Malombe, for having moved this agenda of planning very well and put us having been able to put it in the front banner of county planning. Thank you very much and God bless you.